used to be the black dress.
Right.
Black slacks.
Yep.
And a nice white blouse.
Yep.
How much has changed since then?
Right. It has. I mean, COVID, you hate bringing it up every time, but COVID really has kind of changed some of that. It is a bit more casual than what it was before.
Because of Zoom? People being online, working at home, and they just don't want to spend, they don't need to spend the money because they're not working in corporate offices anymore.
True.
Comparing themselves to other colleagues,
Yes.
which we all did.
Yeah, and that honestly, Zoom, again, there's some tips for that as well as, yes, making sure, again, we're sitting up straight.
Right, postures, everything, right?
Postures, everything.
The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.
Hello, West Michigan. This is Grand Tap Media Business TV. My name is Pamela Keim, your host. The spirit of the show is to introduce West Michigan to all the businesses, nonprofits, individuals that can help us thrive in our lives. And we have a very special guest. I have been looking forward to interviewing her, and her business is image consulting. I want to welcome to the show Holly Gort, BeYOUtiful Image Consultant. That's what she does in the public, and I'm looking forward to learning all about her, especially now that, you know, summer is somewhat coming to an end already in August, and we're all going to be going back into the fall, and we're going to start looking at what we have in our wardrobes, how we look when we're either on a Zoom call or when we're on TV or just going to events. So I want to welcome Holly Gort here today. Oh my gosh. So let's, image consultant. Everybody I bet you people get nervous when you show up.
They do.
Right.
They do.
And so all right, I want you to share how you got into this.
Sure.
Right. And you know what your business does besides going in, but we talked about clothing and emotion.
Yes.
And there's more to it than what people realize is that can create an image of confidence. And you walk in a room and people just know them when they see them.
Yep.
And we do know people that are overly put too much on the outside.
Yep.
And there's something that there's something missing.
Yes.
You ever got that?
Yes.
Where you're like, you know, she's put together, but I really didn't enjoy sitting next to her.
For sure.
And so you probably get that too. It's like, why don't people like me, and why do they gravitate to like if you sat down?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
All right. So share a little bit about what BeYOUtiful Image Consultant does.
So BeYOUtiful spelled just a little bit differently.
Yeah.
BEYOU, because there's one you, and we really want to focus on you during that consultation. Our focus is to stop comparing and start celebrating who you were made to be. And so I think especially as women, we can easily fall into that comparison trap of, you know, I don't have hair like her, I don't have a body like hers, I don't have outfits like her.
Right.
And so it's very easy to kind of knock ourselves down. And so during that consultation, what we want to do is really focus on you. I'm there to not make you get styled like me or like colors like me. This is all about you. What are your best colors? Based on your hair, skin, and eyes, what are your best colors?
Is there a difference though, and maybe interrupt, that what is best for you as opposed to your fallback, like people go dark colors, right? Or I like navy.
Yep.
I like, you know, they like black. I mean, I'm just wearing white today.
Yep.
Only because I like you. We're going to talk about this of grabbing those outfits that show the best of you.
Yep.
And then we like to wear darker colors because we like to cover up things that we don't want people to notice, which people usually do.
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
So share. I mean, what is the difference of just?
So, black. We've been taught, right? Little black dress. Black is slimming, but for some women, based on their hair, skin, and eyes, black can be too heavy for them and actually make them appear either heavier or look older than they really are. And so depending on that, their color situation, it can be navy blue might be better for them, charcoal might be better for them, instead of that black because it's a bit too harsh.
A little lighter black.
A little
maybe,
bit lighter,
right?
Yep.
Or maybe it makes you look short.
Yes.
Because you cut off from here. I've
Yep.
heard that people say that, you know.
Dress in
Pamela,
thirds.
You know, right.
Yep.
Oh, see?
Dress in
But
thirds.
all right, so you're a little bit more than just, we're going to tell you how to dress. You go further into getting to know the person and maybe what works for their lifestyle.
For sure.
Okay, so share a little
sure.
bit, and what they have in their closets, and
Yeah.
that emotional aspect that we don't take into consideration. Oh, that's a great dress.
Right.
Well, maybe it doesn't make you feel comfortable or beautiful walking across the room in it. Does
Exactly.
that make sense?
Yes. And that really is like, the crazy thing is there is an emotional connection to color. When you know that you're wearing the right colors, people notice right away. They might even say, Pamela, did you get a haircut today? Or did you get new glasses? Or what? Like, what is different? And honestly, it sometimes can just be that you're wearing your best colors and you look fantastic. So there is kind of that psychological part behind it. And confidence as well. That confidence that comes in knowing, like, I'm wearing good colors. I know that my skin looks the best because of the colors that I'm wearing.
Right.
You look more approachable. You look younger. And also kind of teaching women when you go into your closet, okay, let's focus on what pieces you love. What does this make you feel when you put it on? Do you feel more confident, you know, when you put this on? And why? Tell me about why that makes you feel more confident. We talk about body shape, how to best dress your body shape.
Do people, okay, so I would be sitting there, what are you most concerned about, Pamela? And
Exactly.
It'd be like, some people don't want to show their legs aren't
Yes.
the most, I guess, flattering.
Yep.
And or maybe you're a little bit more larger up here.
Yep.
And a smaller waist. And so when you're looking at them, you know, you ask them like, you know, okay, so what's your lifestyle? What does your day look like?
Yes.
When you pull things. And
Yep.
we can all open up our closet. And we all have emotional attachments to
Yep.
stuff. Maybe good or bad, or we needed to let it go.
Yes.
And you kind of share was like, this weighs on you when you're wearing that stuff.
Yes.
That, you know what I'm saying? If you find something that you should have thrown away 5
Yeah.
years ago.
Even sizes. I mean, it can very easily. I was one of them where it was like, before I had kids, I had just bought in a pair of jeans that I was like, I love these. And then I found out I was pregnant. And after my first, I couldn't quite get back into them, but I was like, I'm gonna. And then I got pregnant again. But they're still there. I'm gonna try.
And we're hopeful.
And I'm hopeful. And it was eventually, it was like, okay, this is just kind of an emotional thing, because it did weigh on me. Like, I'm not going to be able to get into these, and it almost feels like a failure. But it's not. If we look at our bodies and realize, like, we can do pretty amazing things, let's celebrate that. Can we make healthier choices? Of course we can. Can we appreciate our body for the way that it's made and dress it the best that we can? Of course we can. And so those styles and tips that help camouflage those areas that you might not feel the most confident in.
Well, when you say we shouldn't compare ourselves with social media,
Oh, it's
the way it
huge.
is, it's terrible.
It is.
With the ads coming through, and you're seeing people that that are your age, but yet they have bodies. We have no idea if that's real.
No.
Right?
No.
That whole thing. But when you're talking about when people, I see this today is that people just don't. They just want to cover up
Yes.
their whole body because they're not perfect.
Yep.
How do you as you're going out there, what do you say to women that are like, you can't just say stop.
Right. It doesn't work that way. It is a mental and psychological thing that you need to work through. I had a client that she lived in an area of the world that it was Costa Rica, and these women are smaller, in stature,
Right.
and much skinnier. And she was very tall, 5'10", broader shoulders. She felt huge compared to what these women did. And so she, again, probably 2 sizes too big for what she actually could have been wearing.
Wow, okay.
Again, trying to hide and feel smaller than what she was. And so we did her colors, we did her consultation, we went shopping together, and I was grabbing some things, and she's like, but that's not my size. And I said, well, we can definitely try them on. Trying on is free, right? So we're going to try it on.
Nothing's more embarrassing. Someone gives you a size you can't get on.
It is. But she slid them right on.
Okay.
And she walked out and she was like, these fit me. And I said, yeah, they do. I said, because you are wearing clothes that are too big for you. And there is a lot. There's usually a point. I almost feel like a psychiatrist sometimes too.
Well, I would think.
Especially either getting in closet or going shopping, because there are emotional attachments there. And so sometimes it can be a sensitive subject. And so, you have to be really careful about how you approach it, but also kind of push a little bit and talk through that. And why are you feeling this way? Or, we have women who shop too much. We have women who don't shop enough. Right. And so where is that, where are you emotionally, and how does that? Well,
I was just share about, clothing. I just replaced, my bras, right? For women wear them.
Yep.
And I went to my favorite person that doesn't, she fits you perfectly. And she looked and she said, this has been like 5 years. You need to replace them every 2 years.
Yeah.
Because they don't fit right.
Yeah.
And I've changed, my body's kind of changed over the years, and I'm just like, yeah. So what part how do you help women that look at the cost? Like, they put so much money, they've bought this outfit, they spent a fortune, or it's got the right label on it.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm guilty of this myself too, because it doesn't work today.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but yet I spent maybe $100 or $200. I don't know what's a good price. And then they're sitting there and they're emotionally attached to them. So I just want to go through my closet and just get rid of it all.
Yep.
Because it all has, you're thinking you're going to wear it someday.
Right. It's taking up space. It's taking up real estate that you could fill with things that actually work for you right now. And so sometimes it can be tough getting rid of it. But if you look at it as, there's a $100 bill sitting there. What are you doing with it? It's just staying there. It's not doing anything. We could donate it to women who need it and who would love, to be able to wear something like that if it fit them. And so we'll probably talk about this later, but that's how the nonprofit started.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But first, before we move into that, I wanted to ask, what is one of the things women do ask you the most when you walk in the door? And then the other thing is, what is a staple of things to have in your closet if you are deciding, like, I'm going to start getting rid of this?
Perfect.
But what should they keep or what should they bring in to help, with all the other items that you might have, what I'm saying? That you could feel good. Okay. It used to be the black dress.
Right.
Black slacks.
Yep.
And a nice white blouse.
Yep.
How much has changed since then?
Right. It has. I mean, COVID, you hate bringing it up every time, but COVID really has kind of changed some of that. It is a bit more casual than what it was before.
Because of Zoom? People being online, working at home, and they just don't want to spend, they need to spend the money because they're not working in corporate offices anymore.
True.
Comparing themselves to other colleagues,
yes,
which we all did.
Yeah, and that honestly, Zoom, again, there's some tips for that as well as, yes, making sure, again, we're sitting up straight.
Right, postures, everything, right?
Postures, everything, making sure that, it might seem a bit much, but adding a little bit brighter lipstick, stronger blush on your cheeks, and a little bit more on your eyes. It might seem a bit much, but on Zoom, on camera, it's going to come across much better. It's just going to make your face come more alive. And
like I said, people will be surprised as they're looking at themselves, because all we're doing, I don't know if that's going to make us narcissistic too. Looking at yourself all the time.
Yes.
Because you're on Zoom.
Yep.
And on doing that, but I do see that, putting out that image, that may be your only opportunity.
Yep.
To have somebody see you and having a professional, and most people are probably dressed from,
yes,
I've done it,
the
waist up, right?
Yep.
But with makeup and stuff like that, when I start to look at myself, I'm like, oh my God, I could have done a better job. I could have did my hair better.
But that really is that first 7 seconds of meeting someone or seeing someone on camera. It honestly, yes, it has to do with appearance, but it's that connection. It's that the way that your words come across and answering those questions and any of that stuff. So it's really kind of more of that focus of that connection.
How do people feel when you go in and you clean out their closets, right? You leave in some of the staples, right?
Yes,
You help them
of
get rid
course.
of the stuff. You know,
Yep.
because I think sometimes I need help with somebody that's not emotionally involved.
Yes.
Like, when was the last time you wore this? Oh
Right.
my God, have you ever worn this?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Why didn't you wear this? Well,
Right.
because I didn't like the way it felt.
Yes.
It didn't fit right, and I
Yep.
thought one day, but I spent a forturn on it, or somebody gave it to me. I don't know. I
Yes.
bought it on a sale on a whatever, and I don't want to. But somebody say, okay, you need to turn around. Let me just, because
Like
you're never really going to miss
right,
it. You're
exactly.
never going to miss it 'cause
Exactly.
you don't use that.
And that can be, I like to say, I'm a good friend who's coming in with non-judgmental
Right.
and not partial to certain things. And so coming in, it can be very nerve-wracking because that is kind of an intimate area for women. But going in there and letting them know, like, I've seen it all, honestly, from hoarding situation to extreme sparse, everything in between, so nothing really surprises me. But going in and going through and just talking about each piece, organizing it so that you can shop your closet, make it much easier. And 95% of women, once that stuff is out of there and they see how great their closet looks, it's like, okay, I can shop my closet, I can put cute outfits together, because I want you to be able to go in there and it be a good experience, right? And know, like, everything in here fits me, everything in here is my best colors, and then we take pictures of outfits put together, and then you get those pictures so that the days that you're like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna wear today, here are my inspo pictures, I can look through, ooh, I'm gonna wear that today. And so
And I think they would feel more confident when they go out.
Most definitely.
Even simple, like on a Saturday, or
Yes.
you're like, okay, I just want to, but you wear nice jeans that fit you, a nice shirt. I mean, some people, I'm not for lettering on my t-shirts or
Yeah.
whatever. I'll wear a simple white t-shirt.
yeah,
And put my belt on.
Yep.
And walk around and have nice simple sandals. And and if I were going into the store, if I were to run into anybody, I wouldn't be embarrassed.
Yes.
That I just rolled out of bed through my, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yep.
A t-shirt that it may even be inside out, right?
Right.
You don't even know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But it is that, again, there's that confidence level of, and we talk to women all the time too, even if you're home, get into the routine of getting up, getting out of your PJs, put a little bit of makeup on. When you feel put together, you get so much more done.
Right.
And you have that confidence through that day, like, okay, I started my day, I'm getting some things done. It just puts you in a whole different mindset.
It does. It does. All right. So besides your business, you are involved in I believe, a nonprofit
I
that we wanted
am.
to share with
Yeah.
on the show today, to share more, because we love hearing more about, I guess, promoting nonprofits, because there's so many nonprofits
Yeah.
that are helping in our community that we're so unaware of.
Yes.
So I want you to share a little bit on that, Holly. What is this
Sure.
nonprofit, and what does it do, and how did you
Yeah.
get involved?
So Redeemed Mobile Boutique, owning BeYOUtiful for the last 2 years, and pulling out all of these great clothes out of the closets that don't work for the women, but yet they're like, well, now what do I do with it?
Yes.
Do we just drop it off, at Goodwill or wherever? What do we do with this? And it was like, why can't we help women with this? Yes, we help women who pay for the service feel more confident, but why can't we help women who can't afford to feel more confident and help them with clothing? And so I purchased a enclosed trailer. We turn the inside into a really cute boutique. We go and we bring it to different nonprofits. So like Grace's Table, which is downtown, they assist women facing unplanned pregnancy.
Okay.
And so these women get to shop for free, get a few outfits that help them either for a job interview or for the work that they're currently doing.
I went through, I will help really quickly, went through a nonprofit when I first got into the corporate world many years ago.
Yeah.
And I had kids, you understand.
Yes.
Kids, and they were in private school and stuff, and I was like, oh man, I gotta go back. And they came, right? I got connected to them, similar to what you're
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
And I went there and they had this big, huge room and there was stuff everywhere. And every couple months, I just brought my stuff back that I didn't, I moved on from.
Yes.
Right. And then got some new stuff. And it's funny, is I had that stuff for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like blazer
Yep.
and things like that. When I was so appreciative because that stuff, I didn't know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, it's pricey, and when they're having to decide like diapers or an outfit for work, well, I'm getting diapers because that's what I need for my child. So
Or maybe I have a wedding to go to and I want to wear a new dress.
yes.
And things like that. So I was always very appreciative. I'm just like, Barbara, I'm coming. I've got a bag of stuff I'm bringing back. It's always an exchange.
Yes.
And then, because there's something that you could give back. And then all of a sudden you're like, what I'm looking for? Another pair of pants. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it got me through probably 5 years in the corporate world when I had you're saving money.
Yeah, for sure.
Clothing is expensive.
It is very expensive. So we assist women facing unplanned pregnancy, rescued from trafficking, human trafficking, which it really is around here. A lot of people like to think that it's not, but it is pretty close to home. And then also women who have escaped abuse, an abusive relationship. A lot of those women tend to leave with the clothes on their back, and that's all that they have. And so the first event that we had was at Grace's Table. The turnout was so incredible that we needed to rent a U-Haul to actually get everything over to the home so that these girls could shop this.
Oh, they probably were so appreciative.
They were very.
No, it's like,
yeah.
I always felt like it's so exciting, and you go up, and the funny is they put you through like a registration service, and you walked out with these bags, and you didn't have to pay.
Yep.
I walked out with 2 bags full of stuff, and they're like, okay. But
enjoy them.
People needed to go through the process of going up to a register. It's so weird, right?
Yep.
Than that, and so it didn't feel, I guess maybe shame that you didn't.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's shame. It's just that it'll be no different if you went to a garage sale or Goodwill, or you found something on eBay.
Yep.
Except for it was all in one room.
Yep. Yeah. So we take.
And it's called what again?
Redeemed Mobile Boutique.
Okay.
We're actually opening a brick and mortar, which is in Granville, and that is between 28th and 28th and Prairie. And so, that was in the 3 to 5 year plan. We had a very generous donor donate a building for a year. All expenses paid, and so it's a boutique where I'm going to have women, like you could take a group of your girlfriends, have a girls' night. We would have different nonprofit come in and speak about, one of the ones that we're going to be doing is warning lights. She is going to come speak about the signs of human trafficking so that you can kind of be aware around you. And then what we'll do,
it's a shop and learn.
It's a shop and learn. Yeah. And
shop and learn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then you come in, and then everything is by donation. And I let the women know that, these aren't garage sale prices. Keep in mind that, the donation is going towards Redeemed. We're helping women who are in need, and so taking that money and purchasing items that maybe haven't been donated so that we can make complete outfits for them.
Okay, so we covered a lot today. So we have your beautiful image consultant, and then the nonprofit that came out of that because women wanted to donate their stuff. It probably made it much easier to say, okay, here's your donation slip.
Yes.
And we are taking this to a good cause, and women are like, okay.
Yep.
I can let it go now.
Take it.
It's going to be going to help others, and that's how we always want to feel. All right. Anything else that we didn't cover that that you wanted to share with our audience today? That you have an event coming up.
I do have an event coming up.
You are working with Mary Kay.
Yes.
To start this event, and this is going to help women. Really, there's going to be a fee involved, and you're going to share that. But it's basically, it's going to be a good thing to come and meet other women.
Yes.
And you can share some stuff, and you guys will probably have some other things going on, and you're going to be able to do the color analysis.
Yep.
And
color analysis, the makeup. Again, we were talking about makeup application before this, and it is tough because you look up on YouTube and it's like, okay, I don't want 32 steps.
I don't.
to put it. I want that 5-minute face, look pulled together, and makeup does not have to be complicated. If we have the right colors and we know how to apply it, there are 5 steps and you're good to go. So that's what I would love to teach women with Becky Caminiti through Mary Kay. We are going to have an event April 14. It's from 6:30 to 8:30, and it's get your colors done, and then based on your color code, what that's going to do is determine what colors and what palettes look best on you, and then you'll leave with a card with that information on it as well.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be there. As soon as I saw you, and you can look you up on YouTube. You just did a whole event yesterday.
Yes.
Just yesterday.
Yeah.
With Becky, and I was listening to that this morning, and I was just like, I'm going to that because I want to make a change in my wardrobe. I really just, this has been the year of I'm just downsizing.
Yep.
I don't need this. It weighs on my heart if I don't use it, and I just want something. I'm more of the person that would like to be like the girl next door. I just want to be simple.
Yep.
That I'm clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That my makeup is a little bit on, but not makeup
Not major.
cake.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I want to be simple and have my hair simple. People know that about me. And I want it to be where I'm going to be able to do this every day.
Yes.
I can pick up and, all right, boom, boom, boom. And then polish
go.
up real good and walk out the door,
Yep.
and I'm at my next meeting or whatever.
Exactly.
All right. Well, okay, so how can they reach you for all of this
Yes,
before we go?
so we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we are on Pinterest, BeYOUtiful Image Consulting, and that is spelled BeYoutiful, beautiful, B-U. And apparently on YouTube a little bit there.
Well, I
Pretty
looked
excited.
your name up and found it, and I was so
good.
happy about that. So I learned a lot. And of course, I know Becky well.
Yes.
I've known her for years, and
Yeah.
she's went from a very polished look, and she's always reaching out to me. It's like, Pamela, come and get me your polish, and I will. But I was doing some changes in my life, and now I need to get
Now
ready
you're
for the
ready.
fall.
Yep.
I'm ready for
Fall's
next
coming
season.
quick.
Yeah.
It's coming quick, so.
All right, I want to thank Holly for being here today.
Thank you.
And, really helping us how to look beautiful and make it simple. All right, thank you. This is Pamela Keim from Grand Tap Media. We will catch you next time. Take care, everyone.